Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. I've been asked by many of you, Dawn, how have you lost 56 pounds in 6 months? We want to know exactly what you've done, so I'm going to go over that. Before going over that, I'm going to briefly tell you, you guys know I'm not a medical professional. I still have a lot of research and a lot of learning to do, and each and every one of us need to do our own research, talk to our own doctor, and figure out what is a good fit for us. And that's what I've done. As a matter of fact, I've been going to the doctor regularly to get blood work and make sure that I am healthy and that the doctor is approving of what I'm doing. So far, so good. So let me get started and tell you the 2 things that I've done to lose this weight that I really feel that have helped me. The number one first thing that I'm doing is intermittent fasting. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but since I work from home, it's especially easy for me. I generally eat during a 5-hour window, usually from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Sometimes I eat a little outside that window and that's okay, but I found that that is better for me. The reason being is when I used to do modified paleo, I did lose weight, but it came off a lot slower. Not only that, I ate and grazed all day long, which I thought was really good, and I was told it would raise your metabolism. Actually, all it did for me was make me more hungry and have more cravings. And it was because I was eating a really high-carb diet doing the paleo. So doing intermittent fasting, I generally eat less often, and I eat more during those times that I'm actually sitting down and eating, so it stays with me, which is much better for me, because before I was eating little amounts, all I thought about was food 24/7. Now with me eating a larger amount of food and me eating 2 to 3 times a day, it stays with me and I can go on with my day where I'm not constantly having cravings or being reminded that I want something to eat. That's number one. Intermittent fasting for me is a game changer. Number 2, I'm not on any specific, quote, eating plan. I'm going to just label it Dawn's plan, Money Mom's plan. I'm just basically doing what works for me. So I don't want to be labeled a certain plan. You could call it modified keto, but it would probably be very modified at this point. The number 2 big thing that I'm doing that has really helped is I've increased my fat and my protein, especially my fat, because right now I'm looking for things that I can eat that will stay with me so I don't have the cravings and that I don't feel like I'm hungry or psychologically that I think that I'm hungry. So some things that I'm eating that are keeping me satisfied would be raw nuts. Now I do portion them. That's pecans, for example. Avocados. That's another thing. As a matter of fact, today I had a cabbage and avocado salad. It was really good. Eggs, which are very inexpensive. I do usually have 1 egg a day. Cottage cheese. And I'm going to post my protein pudding recipe below, which keeps me full for a really long time. And I will be putting that in the link below in case any of you are interested. But it has cottage cheese, some type of nut butter, protein powder, cocoa powder, and you mix it up. It's delicious and it stays with you. Now another thing that I have is I do like this Slim Fast Keto drink because it's higher in fat than the regular protein. There's a lot of protein bars out there, not that they're not fabulous or protein drinks, but they're not high in fat. It's the fat that helps keep you full, which this keeps me way more full than a regular protein shake because it's basically keto. And so I really like this. So that is something that I do have some days. Now, I used to use the coffee creamer with the hydrated oil. We've talked about that incessantly. Now what I'm doing is I use half and half, and I use a little bit of the Jordan Skinny syrup. This one is peppermint bark. It's really good. But what I'm doing now is I'm using less and less of it, and I'm kind of weaning myself off so that I'm just using a tiny, tiny bit so that it's not really super sweet. So these are just some of the things. The big thing that I think really helps me is increasing my fat so that I stay full. My cholesterol is good, my blood pressure is good, and my sugar is good. So I'm doing really well. The one thing I wanted to mention is some folks are on a tight budget and they can't afford to go buy specialty foods. You do not have to. For example, you don't have to buy a protein shake if you don't want. You can eat simple things like the cottage cheese, the eggs, the nuts, things like that. One of my friends, My Frugal Life, did a video about how she's losing weight without spending any money at all. I'm going to link her video below so you can watch it. I thought it was a really good video. So here are the two things I'm doing: intermittent fasting, increasing fat and protein. Those two are the biggest game changers. Also, I should add number 3, eating less often but more at the times that I eat so that it stays with me longer. So those are my 3 tips. Let me know how you guys are losing weight today and how you're keeping it off. I always love to hear from you. This is Money Mom signing off, and as always, I love you. Bye-bye.